Welcome to Valley Headliners, a weekly newscast presented by brvnews.com and produced by Bear River Live. I'm Carrie Dutry, owner and publisher of the Valley Headliner at brvnews.com. This is a locally owned and operated digital news company in the Bear River Valley. We cover local news, sports, and community events. So let's start out tonight's show with a recap of local news in case you missed it. An early morning windstorm on Tuesday morning caused 2 semi-trucks and a trailer to tip over along I-15 in Box Elder County. Crews spent much of the day cleaning up the aftermath left behind by the storm. Wind gusts of up to 60 miles an hour reported that morning. Local photographer John Hurley captured these images of the damage left behind and the cleanup efforts later that day. Garland City announced on January 19th that a member of their city council has resigned. James Munn stepped away from his seat on the Garland City Council. The city did not release details into why Munn left the council. Garland City has posted a public hearing notice looking for applicants interested in filling this vacancy on the city council. The deadline to apply for the position is January 29th. Find that public hearing notice posted at brvnews.com. On February 3rd, members of the Garland City Council will appoint a new council member to finish Munn's term, which ends on December 31st, 2021. Last week, students at Bear River High School worked together to make the wish of one local girl come true. Her name is Madeline, and her wish is simple. She wants a hot tub because it helps relax her muscles. I caught up with 2 members of the Bear River High School Student Council to talk about their fundraising efforts for Madeline.
All right, so every year Bear River holds a fundraiser week and we choose a different foundation, and this year we chose a Make-A-Wish Foundation. And we were super lucky to get a local girl named Madeline. She's super sweet. She got cerebral palsy when she was born, and her favorite color is purple. She's a super happy girl, and all she wants is a hot tub.
That's it.
So we're trying to raise a lot of money for her so we can get that hot tub and make her dream come true.
Very limited movement, and so with her physical therapy that she does, she has always enjoyed like swimming and being in a hot tub with her I think her grandparents own one, and so it would be really nice for her to have one and be able to do her physical therapy in there and just be able to relax.
That's really cute. And what are you guys doing throughout the week? Different activities? You just want to kind of describe some of the things you've done already and what you have planned?
Yeah, so today at lunch we had a speed tournament where the kids competed in a game of speed basketball. And then tonight we had a men's volleyball tournament, which we've done the past couple of years, and it's super fun. We had a pretty good turnout. And then in the mornings we do hot chocolate for the students.
So what do you guys have planned for tomorrow?
So tomorrow is our Waffle Wednesday, so we get here really early and we start cooking waffles and we sell them for $1, and all of our money goes towards her, so we do that before school and we do it during lunch. And then tomorrow night at the basketball game, we'll actually be here with a table so that the community can donate, since she's a local girl and I'm sure a lot of people actually know who she is. It's really nice for us to be able to get the community involved and not just the high school.
Along with that, later, probably tomorrow, we will have a link in the Bear River High School's bio that the community can come and donate to this cause also.
We've been doing it for months, but I mean, that's just when we started serious planning. Like, we've been thinking about this since the summer, like what we want to do, what organization we want to go through. So it takes a lot of work.
From the volleyball, and then we also do an activity called Pay to Play, Pay to Stop, where the students can pay to play a really annoying song, or they can play to stop it, and that brings in a lot of money. But I think we've raised over $300 today.
And on top of that, we also have mom, who's a mom of a girl in our student council, who's she sells bread, and all of her profits this week are going towards our fundraiser, and so we already have a couple $100s from that as well.
And you know, like a website or anything where people can go to get that bread?
Her Instagram is Mama Rozzy, I believe. Okay. Her name is Renee Campbell, and I think it's
the best sourdough bread.
It's so good. I think it's called Sourdough, but you can find her on Instagram.
All right. What is your favorite part about doing these kinds of service projects? We'll start with this guy.
Okay. It's so nice, especially for Make-A-Wish, to be able to see that you're actually helping someone in your community. Because, you know, a lot of times, like, you do service and you're like, oh, I help someone, but to see, like, physically, this is someone that, like, you could know, this could be your family. To see that, like, you're actually making a difference in someone else's life is so important, because we get so caught up every day, like focused on the little things. Like it's so nice to be able for once just to forget yourself and do some work for someone else for once.
What about you?
I just like to add on to that. Like, it's really cool. I remember when I was in 7th grade, the high school also chose Make-A-Wish as the foundation, and I remember I wasn't old enough to like think that I could donate and stuff like that just because I was so young. But I remember thinking it was so cool to see all the high school kids rally around the person that they were making the money for, and I hope we can do the same this week.
It was another busy week of sports at Bear River High School, which included plenty of wrestling, basketball, and swimming. Starting off tonight's sports coverage, we'll hear from Bear River High School's 3 captains of the High Steppers drill team and what they had to say about their team's performance at Region last Tuesday. They also give us a quick update into the team's dynamics, competition routines, and more. Check it out here.
I feel like it's been really rough, but I feel like we've worked really hard in like our extra one practices, and then they've been really productive. So we've been able to perfect our dances, and we learned our dances pretty early on, unlike other teams. So we were lucky enough to have more time to practice them. So.
Yeah, I think that honestly this pandemic has brought this team to be more challenged and to focus more on dancing. So
I agree. I think it was rough, but I think we did good. So.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about your routines this year. What are the 3 categories that you're doing, and just maybe describe a little bit about the dances themselves.
okay, so
And just speak a little bit
our
about it.
top 3 is military, show, and dance. So do you guys want to explain that?
Yeah. So show, which is like our big dance. We are Barbies this year, and each region gets to choose like what type of dances they want in the routine, and it's just a whole new thing for this year. Like it's never been like done before in the past years. So our show routine has kick, hip hop, and was there another one? Or like dancing, like or
One routine.
yeah, and character. And so we just took the Barbie character and made it into like Barbie but hip hop with kicks in it, and it's like all the other teams, like our regions are like different characters, It's pretty cool.
Are they also the Barbies, or they going along with the same theme? They're doing their own routines.
Like Ridgeline is like the jungle, and Mountain Crest is like Candyland, so they have like their own like way to choose what they want.
So last night you guys had Region. How did that go?
I think that is the best we've ever done. I feel like we danced really good as a team and did really well.
I agree.
When is your next competition?
Um,
Will you continue to compete?
yeah, I think it's February 9th we go to semifinals at state. All of our Region 11 got to go to state this year, so.
What are you
we're really
looking forward to the most about going to state?
I think just making memories for my last with all the girls. So
I agree. Just spending time with the team.
What are you looking forward to the most?
Being able to dance on the big UVU floor, it's kind of a cool experience. We did it last year, but it's a lot of fun getting to like all these new girls that haven't done it before to come do it, because it's a really cool experience and to spend time with these guys.
I promised viewers last week that we would introduce the athletes that make up Bear River High School's first ever all-girls wrestling team. Meet those female wrestlers that are paving the way for future generations right here.
Hi, I'm Elena Parker. I'm a freshman at Bear River Middle School. My parents are Katie and Greg Parker.
Hi, I'm Bradley Potter. I'm a sophomore. My parents are Colton and Elgin Potter.
Hi, my name is Carissa Epling. I'm a senior at Bear River High School, and I'm the daughter of Robert and Christine Epling.
Hi, I'm Sierra McFarland. I am a senior at Bear River High School. I'm the daughter of Jamie and Isaac McFarland.
Hi, I'm Kristen Potter. I'm a sophomore at Bear River High. My parents are Colton and Elgin Potter.
Hi, I'm Emma Peterson. I'm a freshman at Bear River Middle School. I'm the daughter of Jennifer Peterson and Brent Peterson.
Haley Branch. I'm a junior here at Bear River High, and my parents are Matt and Melissa Branch.
Hi, my name is Haley Farnsworth. I'm a junior here at Bear River High School. My parents are Danielle and James Farnsworth.
Hi, I'm Sadie Hardy. I'm a sophomore at Bear River High. My parents are Caleb and Ashley Hardy.
I'm Samar Ward, and I'm a freshman here at Bear River High School, and I'm the daughter of Josh and Tara Ward.
Hi, I'm Shannon Archuleta. I'm a junior at Bear River High School, and my parents are Jamie and Jason Archuleta.
Hi, I'm Skylar Thompson, and I'm a freshman here at Bear River High School, and I'm the daughter of Seth and Bree Thompson.
I'm Sophie Miller. I'm a junior at Bear River High School. I'm the daughter of Todd and Kayla Miller.
Hi, my name is Tassie Hatch. I'm a sophomore at Bear River High School. I'm the daughter of Randy and Misty Hatch.
Hi, I'm Tay Gonzalez. I'm a senior at Bear River High. I'm the daughter of Tony and Tiffany Gonzalez.
Hi, my name's Tanya Hansen. I'm a sophomore at Bear River High School, and I'm the daughter of Ton Hansen and Lori Hansen.
Last week, I met up with the girls' wrestling team captains, Sophie Miller, Tia Gonzalez, and Haley Farnsworth, to learn more about this year's team. They gave a fun insight into the world of girls' wrestling at Bear River High and why they're out to prove something. Check out our interview here, followed by Bear River Live's recap.
What it feels like to be part of the first ever Bear River High School girls' wrestling team.
Like you're doing something big.
Feels good, like a good experience, I guess. Like something special.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not like any other girls' sport.
Yeah.
It's definitely different.
And it's like the first ever, so like we're the first ones to actually experience something like that.
How is it different from other sports?
Because
it's like a lot of physical and mental.
You don't really have, like, girls wrestling just became big.
And it's like known as one of the boys' sports, but like there's us girls doing it.
Like, because you got baseball and then you got softball, which is the girls.
And then we got wrestling.
Yeah.
With girls
which is
wrestling.
totally, yeah.
Do you feel like you're kind of breaking that glass ceiling, though, for girls?
I think so.
Yeah.
Especially the younger ones coming up that want to wrestle.
Yeah.
That's way cool.
What was it like being able to compete for the first time? Because you guys are all first-year wrestlers. The first time on the mat.
It was scary, but
terrifying,
like once you get out there, it all just leaves you, and it's like you gotta kick some butt.
The worst part is when I'm go out on the mat, I can't hear anything else.
Yeah, no, it's
so like I don't listen to the coaches.
You can't hear your coaches talking to you.
Before you decided to wrestle, before you knew anything about it, what has surprised you the most about this sport? We'll start with you, Sophie.
I don't think anything's really surprised me because I've seen my brothers wrestle for 10 years.
Did you ever think that you would be on the mat yourself?
Last year I wanted to be a mat maid, but since I was on cheer, they're like, you can't be a mat maid and be on cheer. And then this year they were like, just do wrestling. They're like, just do it. And I was like, alrighty then.
You never second guessed it? Just went for it?
Yeah.
What about you? What's been the most surprising thing?
Mental and the skill, because like it's really different from the other sports I've done. So getting that skill and technique down, it's been pretty hard, but it's like I got it now, so it's easy.
What about you, Haley?
The whole thing, like I've never even watched a wrestling match before I,
Not
stepped on the mat. Not a single one. And so there's kind of the whole aspect of it, and like I never realized how much work the boys ever like put in, and how much work really just the entirety of the sport is. Like it's very difficult. And,
Like my brothers would always come home angry and starving and mad. I was like, why are they always so mad? And then I get done with practice and I come home angry and mad.
And you don't eat.
And starve yourself for 48 hours.
What are you guys looking forward to the most for the rest of the season?
State.
I'm so excited for state.
I can't wait.
Like just seeing the boys wrestle at state, like the
seeing
energy
those
down
name
there.
up on the walls gets
wall
me
so
excited. I want to be on that
Do you think this is going to be the year that we get a female wrestler on the wall?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't see why not.
Yeah. I bet we'll probably see about 3 of us.
Perfect.
Yeah. Or more.
In wrestling, the boys hosted the Riverhawks and getting the win in that one, 46-27. Dylan Wright won by decision, 9-5. River Smith won by a major decision, 12-3. Landon Brawl won by decision, 10-8. Max Miller, Trenton Ward, Ty Hawks, Kel Wilcox, Kason Byrne, and Braxton Christensen, all with pins in that one. Next up for the boys, they hit the road with a duel on Wednesday at Davis, and then again Thursday against the Logan Grizzlies. The High Mountain Classic took place over the weekend as well. And your results for the Bears in that one was Max Miller getting first at the 106 position, Caden Ward in third place at the 113. Dylan Wright got first after beating second place Caleb Korth at the 126 class. Josh Shaw got second, and Braden Morgan with third in the 132 weight class. Dustin Douglas in weight class 138 got fifth. River Smith grabbed fourth at the 145. Brendan Wolf at 152 got sixth. Quade Kosoff got 5th at the 170 mark. Kel Wilcox took 1st. Landon Cabral got 4th at the 195, while Justice Dorshak got 2nd. Braxton Christensen took 5th at 220. And last but not least, Carson Pond ended up in 3rd. We'll move to girls basketball. The Lady Bears traveled to Ridgeline on last Thursday, where they suffered another region loss. The Bears started off a bit stronger than usual and were never out of the game. In fact, they had a pretty good comeback forming in the 4th, but however, they were unable to make key plays, and the game slowly slipped away from their grasp. We got these highlights as you see what Coach Neal had to say in that one.
Okay, so not really how you wanted to start off region play, losing to Skyview last week and then Ridgeline tonight. What do you think attributed most to the losses?
Definitely our turnovers. We had a lot of turnovers in Skyview. We limited a few of those tonight, but we've got to treasure that ball and get it going toward the bucket instead of toward the opposing team. So again, turnovers. Skyview, I felt like we were a little lax in our preparation to play, to come and show up and come out of the locker room. I think we fixed that for tonight. These girls came out with some fire. They battled hard the first quarter, which is something new for us. Usually we're down by 15 in the first quarter and we have to battle back. So that was a good thing.
Okay, you guys did have the game within reach. What do you think was the factor as to why you weren't able to pull it off in the end?
Yeah, we were within, I think it was 8, maybe 10 points with 5 minutes left. And we kept trying to up our intensity, and instead we dropped off a little bit. We found ourselves standing in the key while they were shooting threes, and we couldn't get out on them, and we couldn't raise that intensity to finish off the game. We had some great momentum going. Again, you play a team at home. They're going to hit some big shots down the wire. It's their home court. So hopefully we get a chance to do that when Ridgeline comes over to our place.
And you mentioned some positives from tonight, but what are other things that you were happy with?
Our teamwork. I feel like we moved the ball well. We had a couple players step up and really drive to the bucket. In the last 3 games, we have been content to pass it around the three-point line and wait for them to steal it. So tonight, yeah, we had a few turnovers, but we got moving toward the bucket and drove in and had them foul us, and that was kind of our MO. The first half was going to the free throw line and getting those extra points.
The Lady Bears will open up this week hosting the Mountain Crest Mustangs for their first region home game of the season. The Bears will have to slow down Haven Brown as she averages 11.5 points a game, and Paige LaRocco with 7 rebounds a game will keep Kate Daly and Liza Peebley busy underneath. The Mustangs average 42 points a game compared to the Lady Bears 35. Taking a look at the RPI standings, the Lady Bears sitting in the 11th spot, where Mountain Crest is 14th. Here is what Coach Neal had to say for tomorrow's game.
You guys have Mountain Crest next week. What are you girls going to have to do to prepare for that, and what can fans expect in that game?
Hey, it's a fast-paced game. Mountain Crest runs the court. They like to drive to the bucket, and so we've got to toughen up our defense. We've got to get our hips squared with the ball so that they're not one dribbling around us. And we kept looking for some help defense tonight with 24, and she kept getting around us and getting to the bucket. So we've got to fix that. But it'll be a good battle. Mountain Crest, they've got a good team, but I hope that our home court advantage and being prepared for the game will really help us.
Last Wednesday, the Bears tried to get back on track after dropping their region opener and game to Skyview. They hosted the Riverhawks for the first time this year. The Bears got off to a very slow start, not getting their first points until the 3 minutes into the first quarter. By then, the Riverhawks were up by 11 and had set the pace for the game. The Bears wouldn't go quietly, getting into the Ridgeline lead within 1 point, but the Riverhawks would pull away and take the win 78-68. Case Jones led the Bears with 13 points. Easton Lish contributed 12, and tied with Alec Callister with 5 assists, and Jace Jacobson led with 8 rebounds. Here's your highlights and interviews with Coach Reggie Shaw.
Ridgeline is a quick, high-intensity team. Is that what caused you guys to trail a little bit early, or were the Bears just a little bit timid tonight?
I think both those things, honestly. They got out, they got in our face, they kind of punched us in the mouth early, and we shied away. We couldn't take care of the ball. We couldn't find any looks at the basket. And, yeah, it's almost like we weren't ready to play initially. And once we kind of got some rotations going and got guys settled down, then we settled in, played real well. But you can't play teams this good and start down 14-0 or whatever we start. You can't in this region. And so we got to do a better job coming out of the gates going forward. I would say that the 2 reasons that we lost, one in particular was we couldn't take care of the ball. We didn't value the ball. I stressed it. You know, coming out in the game, and then we turned the ball over 5 of our first 6 possessions, same in the second half. And, you know, we didn't rebound bad. I mean, there were stretches when we came back that we rebounded great, and that's actually what brought us into the game was our ability to rebound down the stretch. And you know, and so rebounding, there was a stretch that was definitely a positive. And even in taking care of the ball, like, you know, we got to recognize as a team and as a program that, you know, when we're bad, we're not doing those 2 things. And when we are at our best, we are doing those 2 things. And we just got to be more consistent in it.
You guys kind of came alive in the third, and you brought the game within 3 points. So what kind of created that spark between the team?
I mean, there was a lot of energy on the defensive end. I think the kids just realized, you know, we can get up in their face and stay in front of the ball and play tough. And once that defensive energy elevated, the offensive confidence elevated with it. Jace comes down, knocks down a couple shots after great defensive possessions. Caleb comes down, knocks down a shot or 2 after great defensive possessions. I thought this was the most aggressive Easton Lish has been on offense in a long time, and smart too. He was fairly smart about how he picked his spots and you know, and all that from all 3 of those guys. It started on the defensive end, and they build off of that.
Jacobson for 3. First one of the night from him. Gets it over to Callister. Callister. Jacobson for 3. He got it! Jace Jacobson for 3. He makes them pay.
Last Friday night, the Bears traveled to Mountain Crest, where they got the first region win. The Bears trailed until late in the 3rd quarter, but that lead was brief. Tough basketball and several key plays in the 4th allowed the Bears to take over and hold on to the win, 54-48. Getting SodaFix Player of the Game was Daxton Sorensen, who came alive in the 4th quarter. He made several free throws, hit a 3-pointer to take the lead, and a rebound in the end to secure the win. He ended the night with 7 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal. Here's a word from Daxton Sorensen.
Okay, so Daxton, you're a player of the game tonight for some big key plays in the 4th. You really came alive. What attributed to that?
Gall, I feel like we, as a team on defense, just wanted it more than they wanted it on offense. We had the traps all where we wanted them, and they were just throwing the passes we wanted them to make them pass. So, yeah, team defense just killed them.
Okay, and so how does it feel to get your first region win?
It feels great. This is a team that we really want to beat. Like, every single year, I feel like they circle us on the calendar. It's always close, and it feels really nice to beat those guys, especially on their court.
And so you guys got Logan coming up next week. How do you guys plan to continue that momentum and get the win again?
We just gotta go into practice, just working as hard as we have the last few weeks. We've really pushed it in practice, and I feel like that's contributed to tonight and some of the big streaks that we went on in our last few games. So I feel like if we go into practice and really work our butts off, that's how we're going to beat them.
Congratulations again to Daxton Sorensen, and thanks SodaFix for sponsoring Bear River Live's Player of the Game. For the last 2 years, the Bears and the Mustangs have gone into overtime over at Hiram. The last Friday was another close one. Chase Adams led the Bears in points with 11, knocking down 3 3-pointers. Case Jones again all over the boards with 10 rebounds. Here's what Coach Reggie Shaw had to say about another crazy game at Mountain Crest.
That was a really fun way to get your first region win. You guys really came alive in the second half. What do you think attributed that? How did you pull off the win?
I mean, we needed to boost our energy, and I told them at halftime, like, it was going to start with rebounds. And I told them I want to go first 3 minutes without them getting a rebound, and I think we almost did it. I think they got one weird, funny bounce and pulled down a rebound, but we came out there. But then they still knocked down some shots, and still, even doing that, they stretched the lead, and I just kept preaching energy, energy, energy. And man, we had a lineup go in with some big guys, and they brought some energy and did some things, and then I kind of swapped that out for some speed and changed up defenses. And you know, I mean, this is just like some of our other wins. I mean, 10, 11 guys contributing, which is awesome, which is a lot of fun for me as a coach to see that many guys contributing. So it was a good team win.
At what point did you know you had the win?
When there was 3.4 seconds left and I pulled Bucket out of the court and he got mad at me. I mean, you know, you come here and I don't know what it is, man, but this game, I mean, we could play 5 NBA players and Mountain Crest would give us everything and give us a run. And man, credit them. They played well. They knocked down shots. And, you know, yeah, I mean, it was right there at the end, about the time the buzzer rang, that I finally felt a little comfortable with. I think we probably had a lead in that game for about 50 seconds. It's probably about it. And I mean, I guess that's really all you need, right? And so, no, it was stressful, but it's fun to get wins.
For sure. So you guys, you mentioned there was a lot of players who contributed. Is there any key plays or key players that you can mention tonight?
I mean, you just talk to Daxton. I mean, when we switched defenses, we put him at the top. He got real aggressive, got some steals, which led to buckets, which led to free throws. You know, he tried to sky high once there for a dunk, which, man, yeah, he was feeling it, and I don't disagree with him there. You know, I thought, you know, Josh hit a timely bucket there in the corner. We started Alec, and I thought he played well again. He dropped in minutes from last game, but, man, he gave us a tough, probably 8 to 10 minutes. I don't know, man. Garrick Marble was solid. Bucket always going to be a stud, and he pulled down 10, 11, 12-ish probably rebounds, which were key. And so, man, I mean, I know it sounds like coach talk, but, man, it's fun when the whole team averages, or the whole team, everyone that played, I feel like scored probably between 6 and 11 points, and that's it. I bet no one scored more than 12 and no one less than 6. And, man, if we're going to do that consistently, I don't know how you plan for a team that scores that way. And so it was a lot of fun.
And so what needs to be improved in order to continue this winning streak?
Well, one thing we did so much better tonight was take care of the basketball. So much better. It's probably the best we've had all year. And granted, they sat in zone for a little bit, but I hope it was enough to kind of work us out of that funk a little bit. We can't have slow starts anymore. We saw it against Ridgeline. And, you know, the teams in this region are too good. You cannot start slow and hope to win games like this night in and night out. It's just not going to get it done. So we got to come out with energy from the tip and then continue that energy through the whole game.
The Bears will be back on the road this week at Logan on Wednesday and then back home on Friday as they host the Green Canyon Wolves. The Bears don't gain any ground in the RPI standings from last week. The Bears still in 14th place, but a win against Logan and Green Canyon this week might get us moving since they are on the top 11. That will mark the halfway point of region play for the boys, and Coach Shaw had this to say coming up for the Logan Grizzlies.
You guys got Logan coming up next on the road. What can we expect there?
Logan's a good team, man. They are off to about as good a start as anybody in the state right now with some good wins. They got some good players. The Sargent kid and the Penninger kid are both playing well. They got a couple other kids that'll step in, knock down some shots. Again, that game's going to come down to can we knock down shots and can we rebound? And the fourth quarter, we did that tonight, and we got to stretch that through a whole game because, man, we got them twice last year, and you know, I know they're going to want to come and get us, especially at home.
Next week, I'll show highlights of my interviews with assistant coaches for the Bear River High School girls' wrestling team. We'll also introduce the group of talented dancers that make up this year's Bear River High Steppers team and chat with Stevie Aoki and Starlee Butters, this year's High Stepper coaches. On next week's show, we'll hear from Tori Jones with My Discovery Destination. We sat down for an interview with her to talk about Discovery Family Adventures program. And as always, we'll recap the week in Bear River High sports with additional coverage commentary from Bear River Live. Thanks for joining us this week on Valley Headliners with BRVnews.com. Tune in for our next weekly show, set to air this Monday, February 1st at 5:30 p.m.